Welcome to the Public Access Podcast. My special guest today is Sandra Niebuhr.
Yeah.
I wanted to get that right off the bat, so thank you everybody for being here. Welcome to the show. My name's Rusty. I'm your host. And, that's something that there's been a few of them a few episodes where I forget to ask about the guest, how to pronounce their name. And then I sit there and I'm like, oh shit. Because my name growing up was always something where it's like, probably at least 75% of the time it would be said wrong. So, like, I'm always trying to be, uh, open and understanding about that. But sometimes I forget, and then I go and I start the show, and I just think, oh shit, I forgot to get that little part. But welcome to the show. This is about you. This isn't about me. So welcome here, and thank you for being up in the morning, and you know, uh, in the Netherlands, right? Is what you said.
Yes, in the
Okay,
Netherlands.
and so you're just
Originally, we make the appointment in Egypt, but plans change a little bit, and now I'm in the Netherlands. So.
okay. So I think I don't know because like I was looking at it, and so I think it was um okay. If you're in Egypt, so I was like trying to figure out the timing. So if you're in Egypt, is Egypt 2 hours ahead of the Netherlands?
Yeah, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Depends on the summertime, yes or no.
Okay, so then that's what
Yeah,
it was that it became.
yeah.
Okay, all right. And I was trying to figure out the timing on that, but okay. So you're what's going on in the Netherlands right now? What is it? You just wanted to go there? It was time to go there, or
And now I lived here 30 years in the Netherlands. So my daughters still live here, and my husband and I, we decided it's very hot now in Egypt, like 40, 42, 45 degree. So we decided to spend the summer in the Netherlands. That's why we go to the Netherlands.
okay? What do you have air conditioning at your place in Egypt?
Yes, I have, but what's the point if you live in such a beautiful country and you're always inside? So we decided we go to the green.
I like it. I like it. So
Yeah.
did you just come over there recently to the Netherlands? Was it like
Yeah, 10
last?
July, so not so long.
Okay.
Like 10 days now.
How
Yeah.
long how long you staying there for?
Uh, the plan is until end of September.
Okay, and then back to Egypt?
Yeah, and then back to Egypt because then I start my round to Egypt, Alexandria and Cairo for my book. So,
What's that gonna be? What's that tour?
as I told you, I write books. I'm a writer, and I recently, I will show you, have signed a contract for the Arabic version of my book, and it come out in September, end of September, and then I have a promotion tour in Egypt.
Okay. What's the promotion tour gonna be like? What have you done a promotion tour before?
I will read my books, I have readings, I have photo session, something like that.
So then
And
oh, go ahead.
then I will go to the libraries and to the bookstores and something like this.
So have you done this before?
Yes, here in the Netherlands, yeah.
Okay.
So
So then
Egypt is quite special for me.
and you'll be reading it in Arabic?
No, no, no. I will
Okay.
have a translator with me.
Oh, okay. That's
Yes,
gonna be fun.
yes.
All right. So, have you used the translator before, or is this gonna be a new person you've never used
No, I
before?
know her. She's from the publisher. And we attend 1 month ago the literature festival in Cairo. And there she was too, so I know her already.
Okay. How did that go? How was what did you enjoy doing with that? Um, at the last uh when you were at in Cairo? What part of it do you like really enjoy doing when you go there? What's like the main part here?
Cairo. Who was never in Cairo? You sure have to go. It's so amazing. It's very big, very chaotic. But right now we found our place in downtown, and it has a lot to offer culturally, and not only the pyramids, but you have
Yeah.
a lot of culture in Cairo, and yeah, we like this. Small cafes and book clubs, and actually the cultural scene in Cairo is quite coming or quite big. So
Oh,
we enjoyed this. Yeah,
yeah.
was very nice.
And
But in
what?
the summer, nothing. There's nothing. My publisher also say, summer go. It's too hot. We don't do anything. Say, okay, I'll come back in October. So
Yeah.
like this.
Well, okay. So what I meant was like when you go to the events, what do you enjoy? What part do you enjoy? Like when you go to what was the last? Was it you said a book signing on the last one?
No, in Cairo we had a literature festival. The book signing comes later in
Oh,
October.
okay.
We
So the
enjoy to meet the people and follow the culture and all. And yeah, the atmosphere is very nice there.
so so what got you to Cairo? So with your new book, you had some Arabic written on the front. Was that? I mean, what led you to write it? Is the book in Arabic, or is it just the cover that's in Arabic? Or
No, it's actually I write it in German and
okay,
translate because I am German, and then I translate to English and Dutch because this the nearest languages for me. And my husband is Arabic, Egyptian, and he
okay,
said, "This is a very nice story. You have to do this in Arabic." So I don't speak Arabic. How I do this? So I found someone who translated for me. She's also a writer, and then I pitched it to the publisher, and he was very enthusiastic, and I get immediately a contract, and so it happens. So yeah,
all right. And then you end up in Cairo, and then
yes,
you're okay. So
it's quite a crazy story. Yeah.
yeah, and so then you're there like most of the year, then living in Cairo, or is
And
it
now we actually live in Hurghada on the sea. We travel every time to Cairo, and we have now a place in Cairo. So if we stay longer, we stay there. So it's around 6 hours from Hurghada. But
six?
normally we live on the beach, so this is very nice.
Okay, 6 hours. Like how? Like is that in a car or is
A
that
bus,
a
bus.
bus?
Yeah, because
Okay,
there's only desert. I don't go with the car. We have a car, but
yeah.
there's nothing. No benzene, no gas station, nothing. Like 3 hours, nothing, and no telephone reach, nothing. Only desert. So I don't do this.
Okay, yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
And yeah, and with a bus, you can read if you want. I
Yes,
was talking with someone about this the other day.
it's very luxury buses actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You don't have to worry about if you're. I was talking to a guy. He has I think he said maybe it was like I think it was 45-minute bus ride every day each way to work, and you sit on there and you can get all your work done. You don't have to worry about looking out for other cars. You have someone else doing that for you. You can work on whatever project you want to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And they drive like crazy in Egypt, so I'm only used to European ways, so I won't drive in Egypt. My husband mostly drive. I can drive, I try it, but I prefer not to.
lots of uh, horns and light flashes and
Yeah,
blinkers and stuff
and
to
camels on the car, and sheeps and cows, and 3 people or 5 people on the motorbike, and you are there. Oh my God!
it's
So
just
yeah, like this.
yeah, a bit different than what you've been used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like where I am. There's no stop signs, no stoplights, no nothing. Just yeah, people just it works. I've never seen an accident. Uh,
We see quite a lot of accidents because we always
okay,
travel between Cairo and Hurghada, so there are quite a lot of accidents. But okay, that's why I also don't drive. Well,
yeah.
nah.
It, people driving, like people in cars that are getting into the accidents.
Yeah, mostly.
Okay.
Also, we see, some movies where you see the burned cars on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Something like this we see more often. So
Oh,
every time I
okay.
see it, oh my God, I don't drive. No, to Cairo.
Yeah.
So
I'm
yeah,
gonna ride the bus.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah, 6 hour ride in there, and then, um, so then does it drop you off like pretty close to where you live, at the beach to Cairo, like where you stay, and then you're just sort of there, or is it then once you're in town, you gotta go somewhere to go get around to get to your place, or
Yeah, we have a car home. What we use around our private car, but the bigger trips we do with the bus or the airplane if we
okay,
go around in Egypt. Last some months ago, no, 1 year ago, we do a cruise with a boat. It's amazing on the Nile. So
oh,
this is very awesome. Yeah,
what was that cruise like? Was it like a multi-day cruise? Was it like a
it was like 5 days
oh
from
whoa
Luxor to Aswan. And there
okay
I also visit all the places what I write about. I visit them all. So it was so cool. And you see all what's in the books is real. And yeah, the atmosphere is very. If you ever plan to go to Egypt, you have to make the cruise. It's very nice.
okay.
A lot of culture.
Planned on it in I was gonna go in 2002.
Yeah.
My best friend was from there. He was from I think he's from Alexandria. It was but and yeah, I was gonna go, but then it ended up not being a good time to go right then, and then so never ended up going. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
But you
think
have to do it.
I
You
think
have to do it.
so. Yeah,
Yes.
especially now.
It's
Um,
definitely worth it. Yeah, Egypt is coming. All the country, a lot of changes, and the president now, it's he do a lot. The country is a little bit divided, but on long term, he do a lot for Egypt. Egypt is getting very strong, and also economically. I think around 10 years from now, it will be the leading country in Africa.
okay,
Yes.
yeah, that's pretty interesting. Then
Yeah.
it'll be, and then yeah, if it's always a good sign when more books and more arts and authors are
Yes.
are
True.
coming in from,
True.
uh, especially because the Library of Alexandria, didn't that burn down recently?
In
Was
Alexandria now, not recently. That's some 100 years ago.
it?
No,
Where am I
that's
thinking?
long
Okay,
time ago.
a long time ago. Why am I thinking that there was just some other part that burned? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but I could have been
Yeah,
thinking of
they
yeah.
burn a lot. They burn
Long
a lot. I don't know. But
okay,
the Library for Alexandria, no, I don't think so.
been more than a few years. Okay, so what kind of got you into writing, or were you just always writing?
Yes, actually, yes. I was always writing, but I come from Eastern Germany, from the GDR. Don't know if you know this, the eastern part of Germany.
Yeah. Okay.
And we never could travel. It was very small. We could like have 3 or 4 countries, and then you needed also a lot of money, and my parents didn't have. So it was a lot in the libraries. I read about traveling, about history, and all. And naja, but you know the pyramid from Maslow? First you have to eat, then shelter, or first shelter, then eat,
Yeah,
huh?
the hierarchy of needs.
Exactly. So there were a lot of other things important, life,
Right.
money. So I
Yeah.
never had the time actually to publish or to, yeah. And then I get married with Dutch guy, so I moved to Holland, and before the wall break down, so I have to take there what I want, or have to find a new life.
Oh,
And yeah, because
oh,
you know, in Eastern Germany, it was you had your path. You have your Abitur, your high school, then you go study, and all is in lines. It's like all is you have to do this, then you get this, something like this. You know, all was planned, Planwirtschaft. So this was my way. Normally, I had my high school. I would go study. I have a good job, something like this. But
and
when the wall broke down, all was gone. You didn't have anything. So I had to move to Western Germany because there was no work in Eastern Germany anymore. I had my high school finished, but the study I couldn't pay because my others weren't rich. They were quite not poor, but yeah, because of the circumstances, it wasn't possible. Then I started to take a different route. I wanted to work in theater to make the programs and to organize. So earlier, I always wanted to go the cultural side, but when the GDR finished, then no money, so you have to work. So I become a hairdresser with high school, so quite overeducated for this job, but okay. I thought then I do this and then later I will study because then you can first make your money and
right.
but life never works that way, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So I
So,
met my ex-husband, the Dutch guy, and I go with him to the Netherlands. And because I anyway had my high school, so I thought I have to study. So I become a German teacher. Nothing with culture, but German teacher because they needed German teacher in the Netherlands. So okay, so I did that, and then I had my own bed and breakfast here in the Netherlands. And but in school, I did a lot of cultural work also. I organized a lot of literature days for 2,000 people and something like this, quite big events. And then I get kids and I get divorced. So I had never time to publish. I wrote, but I never published because life happens.
well,
And then let me see, 5 years ago, yeah, of course, started more early. I divorced, and then I lived on my own. And then somewhere later, I met my husband, my new husband, my Egyptian husband. It wasn't
it
planned at all. And then I moved to
never
Egypt.
is.
Yeah, then I moved to Egypt and I built our future there. We rebuilt our future there. We have several Airbnbs, what works quite well. And finally, I had the space and the money and the time to publish. So, like this. Yeah.
So, did you have a lot of old writing that was sitting around, or did it
Yes.
like you had a whole backlog of stuff that,
Yeah,
like, oh,
something like
now
this, yeah. Like notebooks and computer files. My first book, actually, the Djinn, Die Djinn schlafen nicht, what is now translated to Arabic. Um, this was like 15 years ago. I was in Jordan, in Petra. I don't know if you know this. The
you said
very,
it in Jordan?
the very big site is one of the seven world wonders, I think, Petra. And there I had a counter, a little bit, yeah. I don't know if it was a gin, but I did research and they talk about gin, and there I get the idea for my book. because several things what happened, and like 60% of my books is real. The persons are, the characters are real, and the places are real, and what happened in between is also real. So it's not fantasy only.
Okay.
So something like that.
So you said you had an encounter. Was that with like another person, or what? What do you mean by you had an encounter? Or was
Now,
this something else?
you have to look up Petra. Then you will see it's very old Nabatean city carved in the mountains. It's very famous.
Okay,
And I went there with my daughter. She was like 8 by then. It was very rainy and we weren't allowed to come there. But because we came from Egypt like 7, 8 hours, we say, yeah, we come all this way, we pay a lot of money, we want to see it, right?
sure.
So, yeah, otherwise we would go and go back. But because of the rain, it was very dangerous. So they say, you can go, but from behind and only half an hour, and then we have to take you back, and that's it. Because it's very dangerous. A lot of people die also because then all the rain come down, and it's like very dangerous. The rain take you away, come from the rocks. We
Whoa.
went there very quickly, and photo, very very fast. And there were a lot of salesmen. And what I noticed, they had all like very thick iron necklaces, and all their stands were with iron. And normally they have like messing or copper, something different stuff. But what I noticed was the huge amount of iron there. So I thought, strange, but I didn't think about it. I just noticed. And later, so we had like half an hour, and later then they come with trucks and put us in and drove us very fast out. It was it was kind of crazy. And then later, day later, I checked the photos on the telephone, and then I saw like blue light around my daughter. Very strange. And in the treasury, it's a very big building. You saw like an eye, very big eye. I somewhere I have the photo still. And then I thought, what's crazy? This is only the light. So I start to research, and there they start talk about Jinn and about missing people and stuff. And then I wove this in my story. So
So
yeah.
what were you feeling when you're there, or what did your daughter say? She felt anything, or like did you?
She was 8 by then. For her, it was all adventure, so she didn't. But I showed her the picture. She said, "Oh wow, okay, crazy mom." And the weird thing, the place where she stood, it was in the front of the treasury, and I think this year or last year they discovered a tomb under her, on like 20 bodies. So when I
Oh,
read this, I thought, what the? So this was extra creepy. I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah. So
Okay.
it's all very. I'm not really how I say. I believe there's more between earth and heaven, yes, but
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh, no. I'm quite normal,
What
not normal, but
what you see is what you get.
yeah, exactly. What you see is what you get. There is more,
Okay.
yes, but I'm not yeah, I hug the trees or so, no.
Yeah. So so you didn't feel anything. You didn't like notice that nothing like felt kind of weird when you were
Now
at that spot.
it was a lot of tension that I remember, but I'm not sure because
Okay.
of the danger, because there was real danger, or
Yeah.
because this, but something a little bit, when you feel someone is behind you, but there is no one, you
Yeah.
know this feeling, like something like this a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. And so I mean, does it not rain there very often? I assume it doesn't rain too often, so it was
No, not so often, not so often.
probably you
I
weren't
say
thinking
one or
you're
two times in a year in the winter. Yes, we were there in February, so it was also the time.
So
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably not thinking you're going to have to worry about rain when you're going there. I mean, that's not like,
No, it was crazy on the way there. It even started to snow. Very crazy. Normally it's not
whoa.
snowing. Yes, it was. I also put it in my book. But it
Oh,
was very, even the people there say this is not so normal that it snow in this time. So, yeah.
wow. Have you gone back there at all?
We never went back. I was one time there, but it's definitely on my bucket list to visit it
Yeah.
again. Yes, and sure with my book. So that would be awesome. I will do.
Yeah.
Sure, I will.
Do you ever like watch any videos of people at the place, or like anyone that's had like any sort of similar
Yes, sure,
kinds
sure. For
of?
my research, I watch a lot I follow some accounts about Jinn, and also because this is very woven in the Arabic culture. The Jinn, they live literally with them. So on TikTok and YouTube, they have a lot of information, and I read a lot of books about it. When I started to think about the book, I always find it very important that it historically and that is fit. So it's not fantasy. It's with facts, And
Yeah.
then I put a little bit creativity in, and then so
Yeah.
yes, I do a
Yeah.
lot of research, and then I look. But I don't like horror movies, also. That's not mine.
You
I'm
don't
too
like
afraid for this. No, I don't
you
like it so much.
make it your way, like, yeah, where
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be the horror type of movie
Yeah.
and book. So then so I mean, when you're doing your research, what's what's the part that's exciting you when you're doing your research? What part are you really interested in to get into, like when you're researching when you're researching this, like what was the first part when you either went, and grabbed a book? I guess it was probably, we were talking earlier about, going to the library, and
Yeah.
it was it, but now, it's hop on your phone or whatever. You don't have
No,
to.
sometimes I just take old-fashioned books
Uh,
because yeah, online there's also a lot of not right information. I put it that
right,
way,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's not all truth what you see. What is truth anyway, but
right,
historically and all. So I don't know if it's true, but I assume the books are
yeah,
sometimes more true. Don't need
yeah,
to is always not objective, but anyway.
yeah,
Now I always been fascinating about background of a story, about the history, about what make people to do what they made or what they do, something like this.
right. And so is that also go into your stories with their uh, the background and reason why they're doing what they do, and
Yes,
uh,
sure, sure.
okay, and so yeah, 'cause I mean, if you read enough, eventually you're able to, you can read one thing or hear one thing and make a decision, or you can read 5, 10 different things, and then you have a better chance of, it still may all be not
Fake,
correct
yes.
and
I
fake,
know.
but you have a better chance, and you can figure out more
Yeah,
what you believe, and
yeah.
um,
What I do mostly, I read it in different languages. German, English, and Dutch, and then you get a lot of different views. And if I could read Arabic, I would love it, but I'm
yeah,
learning. But then, and somewhere in between, there's the truth, I guess.
right, yeah, and I mean, and now with uh, I mean, even then with TikTok, I mean, you can sort of get enough, but then it's still like you don't know really
No, it's only like
what's
tick, tick, tick,
yeah.
something like this. Yeah.
And if you type in what you're searching for in the search bar. But then you do get enough people. You do get those people too that are have done, you know, sat in some basement somewhere for 3 years researching
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and I am so glad I found this person. I didn't know a lot about this stuff, but you just went on a deep dive for me, and then that's when then the books will you can say you see what they're saying against it, and the I mean, so then when you're getting into the books, are you? I don't know. Is it like? Is there, when you like find the one you want? I guess like when do you know the first one you want to go look at? Is it just kind of whatever jumps out at you, or whatever you think is going to have the best information, just gut instinct, or
Now, when I have an idea, um, I write it down and then I try to get as much information about the subject, and then I decide what fit in the story and what is historically proven somehow, and that I use. For instance, I wrote also the Seeress of Aswan. It's about a German lady who really existed 1 century after Christ, AD, yeah, AD. And she came from Saxony to Aswan. This is quite a journey in this time. And they found a small thing in Aswan with her name on it. And this made me thinking, oh, okay, this woman actually exists.
yeah,
How she come from Germany to Egypt in this time? So I gathered all information, and then I looked what could fit in the timeline, and then I made a story where I described the time then when there was the old Germans, the tribes, and how she could possibly go to Egypt with the Romans, and then she was a seeress, so she worked in Rome. Then she traveled to Alexandria because she saw her life would be in Egypt. Then she met people, she lost people, and then it switched to the present, and then she is an archaeologist in Cairo University. So this is all. This could happen. The real thing are the places. I was everywhere also. For instance, Cafe Riche in Cairo. So something like this. And this
yeah.
person also is real. So I made up the story and I looked what was possible then and how I can put it in a roman. So something like this.
Okay, and so you were able to connect your own dots of how you
Yeah,
thought that she got
yeah,
there
yeah,
based on okay,
yeah.
uh, and so like, are you going up to people and uh, like at these spots that you were along on the cruise?
Yes,
Are you
I talk with
going
people.
up to the
I
locals and seeing
Yeah,
what they have?
yeah. Actually, in Alex, there is Alexandria. There is um, there is a place, and they talk about the first female serial killers. And
Okay,
there, I was there, and I talked with a guy whose family lived there for 200 years. So I talked with them. I have also an interview somewhere on TikTok about this. And I asked him question about the book and to confirm what I wrote. And this was all real. So yeah, it was very nice.
so
Yeah.
are you videotaping these conversations, or
Yes.
are okay? Wow, all right.
Yes. Yes. So I
So
do really research. It's not my books are part fantasy, but quite a lot of part also reality woven into fantasy. Yeah.
yeah, wow, okay. So then are people just? Because I mean, people can, I don't know, like someone that's going to sit down and tell you a story, like,
Yeah.
and I mean, there's a lot more. history of people staying in one place. Like I'm from uh, Oregon, and there's like
Yeah.
like way back is like mid 1800s. Like it's not like that far. Like it's in the grand scheme of things, it's not really a lot of people whose families have been here for years and years and years. Like the ones that were from the 1800s somewhere, it's not a lot. But yeah, I mean, you got people that have been there and had stories told. And um, so are you seeking these people out when you get into town, or are you just sort of you start talking with someone, you say, hold on a minute, let me grab something, record this? Or are you going in beforehand with sort of a plan?
Um, for the book about the serial killers, I
Sure.
actually go there with a purpose. I wanted to find someone who lived there and who know. So this
Okay.
I go like I want there. I want him. I saw him. I think in it was actually his grandfather. I saw on Arabic news channel. So
Whoa.
my husband told me and say this is a guy, he lived there. I said I want to talk with this guy. We have to go there. So we go there, but he was dead. He was very old by then, and he say I'm the grandson or the son, and my family. So it was his family, and so I asked him like 10 questions. My husband translated because he didn't speak English, and so there I go on purpose. But for instance, with the gin, when I talk about this before I publish my book, a lot of old people have stories, and mostly I listen and I take what I need or what I find from. Oh, okay, this is interesting. That I have to look up, or and mostly my husband translated. You know, the special thing is, as you are as an European in Egypt, you see things different, not better or worse, but you see the things different than the Egyptian by themselves. And if you take your knowledge and your experience and combine it with the places and the people and their stories, it's quite an interesting mix. It's not a usual mix, let me
Right.
say it like this. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, you're seeing things from the outsider's perspective, whatever's, everyday
Yeah, and now
business
a
to
little
them.
bit both, a little bit both. I see it as a tourist or as a foreigner, but also because I'm married with Egyptian and I come to places where no tourists come. When I go to his village, no
Uh,
tourist seen, and then I'm all covered and so
oh, okay.
it's yes, yes, yes. Because I
Yeah.
find it's you do I do this for respect. I
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, that's what's done at that spot. Like
yes,
that's how things go. And
yeah,
you're,
exactly, and you
you
have to adjust. I
right.
mean, I
They don't
think
need.
yes.
Yeah, they don't need to adjust to you. Like
Exactly.
you
I'm,
know.
I guess, in this country, so I have to adjust.
Yeah.
That's it. So, but then you see the shows from both sides, from me as a foreigner, but also if you see sit them there and making food, I make food with them, with the family, his mom and his sister, and so the Egyptian food. Then also you get the whole different view than what you get from the outside. So this is quite nice. Yeah.
Cooking and local markets are where you're going to
Yes,
find the
all
real
and
truth
the
of
meat
anything.
hanging in the sun. Oh, I said
Yeah.
we don't eat meat. No, because it's really, really Egypt. Eh? It's not. I go to the store and no, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, you're missing that a bit right now. I mean,
I what I miss here in the Netherlands is the easy going. If you can handle the first culture shock, because it is a totally different culture,
yeah.
then the life in Egypt is more easy than here in Europe. You get things faster done. If you know the right people, you get what you want, something like this, you know. It's all a
Right.
little bit less structure. It's a little bit less. I have you, you have me, like what we had in Europe 30, 40 years ago, something like this. Yeah.
And so, so I guess kind of back to that. So when you were in East Germany, so you left. Did you leave during the war, or you left like uh, when
I'm
everything was
not that
good?
old. Hey,
Uh, uh,
I'm 100? No, there was no war. There was
okay,
only
well,
death.
what would you call the conflict going on during that time? It wasn't
Conflict,
like
okay.
it
You
wasn't.
had,
I'm not. I'm talking. I'm not talking like the whatever 40s and teens or whatever, but like when the
you had a
Eastern and
wall. You know about the wall, right? The Iron Wall. The
right, yeah,
There
and
was a
so
war between Eastern Germany and Western Germany, right? This you
right.
know.
So
Okay.
would you? So is that what we're talking about?
Yes, this is what they're talking about. I
Okay.
was behind the wall. I was in the
You
Eastern. Yes,
and
and then through the political circumstances, Russia helped, of course. The wall disappeared, and from one day to another, there was no wall. So there was one Germany.
and so you were still living there then?
Yeah, I was
And
18.
you okay? You were 18. So like what happened at that point? Like were you just uh I mean, were you seeing like that was coming? Like were you like seeing that the wall's gonna come down, or was it just
No,
like,
no.
oh no,
Yes,
okay,
it was like, what the fuck is happening? I was 17.
right,
I remember this like yesterday. I was sitting with my boyfriend in the living room of his grandmother,
uh huh,
and we watched TV, and you saw a lot of people, crazy, a lot of people going to Hungary, to the embassy. Like this, it started. I said, what the fuck they are doing? They all run. How this can be? This is not possible. There's a war. They are not allowed to go. Because I
yeah,
raised in Eastern Germany, it was only rules, rules, rules. If you want if you want to go across the border, you get killed. So all these
right,
people go. So we were there and say, no, we won't go. We will be in our country.
yeah,
4 months later, I was also in other country. But it was more not because I wanted, only because I didn't have a chance to build my life in Eastern Germany because my parents didn't have money, and my what I wanted to do couldn't happen anymore because in Eastern Germany it was free to study, and when the system changed, you had to pay. I didn't have money,
oh
so yeah,
yeah. So did your parents stay uh in
they stayed. Yeah,
where they were? Okay,
yeah.
Eh, um,
I left with 18. I had a Trabi, so like a paper car, very
yeah,
small one. And I drove about the border and I found their job, so like this.
uh, over in what was West Germany. You drove over to. Is that what
To
you're saying?
Western Germany, yes. From
Okay,
Eastern Germany to Western Germany, yes.
and then so I mean, what was that like? Like you're going through, because there's like where you think would be the end. There's you go like what I mean, I don't know what that feeling is like. Did you ever go? I guess did you ever go up to the wall or near the wall when you were younger? Or
Actually, when we could travel, I was on boarding school. We sit with all our boarding school for the TV. And then Mirke or some high politician say, you are allowed to go to Western Germany now. It's official. You can go. And all the boarding school decided we will go. So we go with 50 people, and we take the animal wagon because the normal wagons were full. Everyone wanted to go, of course. So
Yeah,
all the group where I was, we go in the animal wagon and we go to Western Berlin. This was like, wow, what is this? You can't, you're just 18, and you, this is, I think, one of the biggest thing in history what you can imagine, because you raised in a totally different system, and one day later it's gone. You're just free. You can do whatever you want. It's so, you can't imagine how crazy this is.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, so what did that kind of do for your view of everything through life? I mean, did
You
that
want
just
you want the truth or
yeah?
the
You can give me both if you like. I mean, yeah, I mean, because I mean, that's got to be quite the mind fuck there.
the truth in retrospective is it's all a big setup. All the
Yeah,
politicians, because you get one system 18 years, this is the law, this is your life, this is the future, this has to be like this, and one day later, poof, all gone. All not true, all a lie. What is this?
right.
So I see all
That,
the developments in the world of politics and all very critical now.
yeah, and you're like, yeah, that can just change really quick. That can change in one day, and every,
Yes, yes,
wow,
yes. So what you believe today can be tomorrow totally different. So
right,
I'm quite critical. I'm low
yeah,
key, but I will
yeah,
see.
yeah. You've seen some shit in your day
Yes,
to be able to back that.
yes. And
Yeah,
I lived in several countries. I lived in Eastern Germany, Western Germany, Belgium, Netherlands, now Egypt. So you see a lot of societies. Yeah, and
yeah.
I travel a lot of in Asia and now the Arabic countries. The next thing will be Africa. We want to see Africa together. So yeah,
Where do you want to go in Africa?
I think Namibia, Kenya, something like this.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's the spot in Kenya you want to go see? Like, what is it about?
It's very stupid. I want to go to
What's
the
stupid?
giraffe
You
hotel. You know the
okay?
giraffe hotel where you eat and the giraffe come and say hi in the morning.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I want to go.
You want to go do? All right, cool.
It's but it's
What?
like,
It's not.
yeah, it's, I don't know if you can new um jenseits von Afrika. I don't know the English. It's about a duchess who go to Africa and who built her life there. Very dramatic. It's very well known, but I don't know the English title. And it's like you sit there and you are her. It's also a very old hotel, so
Yeah,
I think my writer's fantasy is going wild. But this is
yeah.
something on my bucket list I want to do. Yeah.
Which is important. So, does your writer's brain ever get stuck anywhere? And if it does,
Yes,
what do you do to get it unstuck?
actually now in the Netherlands.
Yeah,
We're now 2 years in Egypt, and the atmosphere and the life is so different. And he has all 1, 2, 3. Don't go left, don't go right, only there. There's your. And then I sit here, I think, I left because I didn't like this.
yeah,
But on the other
yeah,
hand, you see your family again, and the weather's better here. This true. So, we will see. Maybe I
yeah,
find some new stories.
yeah. Because so I mean, like, where is it that? So okay, so it's uh more structured places that sort of seem to
Kill
lessen your
your
creativity.
creativity, yes.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
does.
All
At
right.
least mine.
It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. And so, what's like? is it going to a new place usually that will get your creativity going, or can it be like going back to a place? Like if you went back to where your one of your places or Airbnbs are in Egypt, uh, would you think that would open your creativity back up, or would it be going to somewhere new, or is it just like whenever it happens? And
I um I try to be just open because
okay,
last time I was here in the Netherlands, like 5 months ago, I was alone. My husband didn't come with me at the business in Hogada, and then I stayed in a place, and it was kind of creepy, and I make a story from it. So
okay.
like it happens, yeah. So
So
yeah.
how? Oh, go ahead.
It's not like I sitting there. No, it happened like, yeah, when I see something, and sometimes I sit there and I watch the people, and my husband say, "You're writing a story in your head, right? What about?" I say, "Oh no, no," and then later, "Oh yeah," like
That was.
yeah,
So
kind of fun.
what happens when you have that the creativity is not coming? What do you start feeling when you aren't
Um,
able to write or create?
Now I try. Look, if you have several books, you always have to make some things better. At least I think that. Then you reread it and then you change a little bit. So I try to write or to edit stuff I have laid down, because it's not only writing and oh yeah and no, it's also proceeding. I think yeah, you can have a lot of creativity in your mind and you can write it down, but if you read it half a year later again,
Yep.
then you think, oh, no, it's not really. For instance, write under two names. I write under SB Darkmoor, that's my dark side, and I write under my own name, Sandra Niebuhr. This is my memoirs, my life story after my divorce. So there's all the crazy stuff we talk about is in this book. And I had the first version. I wrote immediately the first part immediately after my divorce.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
So
then
then,
you're full of hate and full of right.
yeah, yeah,
So, but I have two kids and my ex is still alive. So I reread it, and yeah, 1 year ago, and then I thought, no, I can't really write this. This is not good. So
oh,
I like
but
rewrite stuff and I cut stuff and I make it more um, with less hate.
yeah,
Let me be the shortcut. So
but
this
but
sometimes happens. Yeah.
yeah, but you got it all out, and then it was just cutting it out. It wasn't trying to fill that space of what needs to
Yes.
still be in
Yes.
there. This is like
Yes.
I
I
fucking
just
got everything in there. Like
exactly.
let
Then
peel it back a little bit.
exactly, and it's better because yeah, if you just divorced, all is bad, all is shit, all
Yeah,
But if you look back, then you are more
right.
honest also.
Yeah, and I mean, you had like the most raw parts in there though. So I mean, you still have those
Yeah.
little bits of just you know what that is, or even if you take that all out, you still have
Yes, of
those
course.
parts where it's like, okay, I know that spot, and
Yeah.
yeah. So so where is everyone gonna find all your work? Where how are people gonna find what you do? How's
I
all that
sent
work?
you some links. I have, of course, our own website and of Amazon, Google Books, Apple, everywhere, all major platforms. You'll find my books. So
That's pretty easy.
yes,
Well,
very
yeah,
easy. You
yeah.
only have to search my name. Try SB Darkmoor and you will get a lot of information. Sandra
Okay.
Niebuhr, a little bit less because I only published one book yet. It's actually three parts. It's the first part is blonde, burnt, and barefoot. Blonde, huh? I
Yeah.
always walk barefoot, so this is also true. And
Ooh.
burnt is a little bit double. It's like burnt from the sun, but also
Yeah.
burnt on my soul because what happened. I
Okay.
also, yeah, I also write about the death of my mom and some hard stuff also in the book. And the second part is Habibi come to Holland because my husband is Egyptian and all Egyptians want to come to Europe. Huh? That's the people think this. He didn't, but I say you come.
Yeah.
You will come because I can't come and I won't have a distant relationship years. So he sold his restaurant and he come to the Netherlands. And in 3 days, he found a job, and all was
Wow.
okay. Yes, very. He is a restaurant manager. He was worked here as a restaurant manager then, and so a lot of funny stuff happened because he also had a culture shock. Of course, he never was in Europe,
Sure.
and so this will be part two. Habibi come to Holland, and when he was a year here, I say now I have the time and a lot of not nice stuff happens. So I decided I want to live in Egypt. So we sold all and we go to Egypt. So part three is Egypt and no plan. We really go with two bags to Egypt. That
Beautiful.
yes. So it's quite of a crazy life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's how you got here today, and that's
exactly.
yeah. And
Yeah.
you can go wherever you want. You can do whatever you want to do.
Yes.
You can go barefoot.
Yes.
Well, okay. So there are some places you have to wear your shoes.
Yes.
Like so what happens then? Like if you go to the I don't know, maybe like an airport. The airport you have to wear your shoes in the airport, or do they let you go in barefoot? I mean, they're
I
quite
yes, I
happy
have
going through
shoes
the.
then. But then I put them off. If I sit there, wait, I do my shoes off.
I
So
love it.
if you go to the literature festival, I sit never in front. So if I listen, I have my shoes off. I think 90% without shoes.
How?
Always, if I can, I will do. But my mom told me, even when I was a kid, I go
Yep.
in the winter out without shoes. So it's something I don't know.
So I I had dated someone who was no shoes for, and that changed me. Like I was like I'm all about this. But what do you do when you're in Egypt? How does that work there? With no
90%
shoes.
without shoes. Only if it's too
Okay.
hot. In the
Yeah.
summer it's too hot. Then you must wear shoes.
Yeah. I was wondering. I was like, yeah, there's probably some places where it gets a
Yeah.
little warm on the feet, but
Yeah.
okay. So go ahead.
But because we live on the beach, mostly I'm also there barefoot. But if you
Yeah.
go to the city, of course, I have to wear shoes because only the reason is it's too hot. I'm not
Yeah.
like you have also people who never wear shoes. I know a girl, she never wears shoes. So how? This is not possible. Yes, I just okay,
Uh,
wow.
yes, it
I'm not
is.
like this. I just wear no shoes if I can wear no shoes.
Yeah. That's pretty great. And yeah, I mean, you feel stuff a lot different than everyone else. You're able to pick up on
You are
a lot
more
more.
connected. You are more connected. We it's very funny. We were here. We come here, and we both were very tired and no energy and both of us, my husband and me, and say, we go to the woods. It's nice weather, and we will walk barefoot in the woods. And we did, and we felt
Yep.
better. And I read about this. It's research that if you're walking like half an hour in the woods, it's like you sleep 20 hours. So it's give you so much energy. And I kind of believe in this stuff because I feel it. I see it. And then I read about it and then I think, yeah, makes sense. So something like this. But I don't walk barefoot because I read it. No, I walk already always barefoot. But later I read about it. I thought, nice, okay, good.
Yeah. So okay. So uh, is is there a lot of foot cleaning in Egypt while you're there? Is that part of it? So
I go regularly to the pedicure. Yes,
okay, yeah,
every 2 weeks.
because yeah, like there's yeah, a lot of part
Yes,
of the is cleaning the feet, and
yes,
okay, yeah,
yes.
'cause that was one thing that kind of jumped out when you said you're
I
doing it. I'm like,
have
oh
a
yeah, you
lot of
got
dirty feet. I have to clean them a lot. Yeah,
yeah,
true. Yeah, true.
okay. So
We were, we were in Cairo, and Cairo is very dirty,
yeah,
dust, and so there I wear my shoes, and I took them off. It was like my feet were white, and all was black.
yeah,
Like shoes around. I said, "Oh my God, it was so dirty." I am not wear barefoot, but it was funny.
yeah. Oh, well, hey, well, thank you so much for coming on and talking, and I enjoyed getting to
Thank you to having
talk.
me.
And
It was
yeah,
nice
you
to talk with you.
absolutely, and thanks for being up early
Yeah, I
and
will go to
everything.
bed
Yeah,
again.
go back to sleep, and I'll
Yes.
have this up by the time you're awake. And yeah,
Okay.
all right. Well, you enjoy some barefoot time, and we'll stay in touch. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
You're
Bye.
welcome. All right, there she is. Uh, that was yeah, barefoot. Barefoot's some real shit. So you want to go barefoot? Go barefoot. That's it. That's all I want to say. If you want to find me, rustydiamond.net, it has everything. Everything you need to know about me. It'll take you to a lot of different other websites. That's a link tree right now. So whatever you need to find, check out this show. Um, Also on the link tree, and it has everything now. Now there's a site. If you go on my link tree, it has all the public access podcast stuff you could want, all the back episodes, back to 2013, YouTube, or you know, I don't know where people, Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Facebook. There's probably other things. There's a Facebook page, but you know, sometimes stuff gets done on that, sometimes it doesn't. But thank you everyone for being here on the Public Access Podcast. We're going to have probably still a bunch more episodes in the next month. And then we'll see where everything's going. So thank you everyone for being here. And that is the show, man. Boom!